tying up your manganese in your soybean plant. That's what causes your yellow flash. So we put that in there to kind of soften that blow. And then at R2, we're coming back with 6 ounces of headline and 3 ounces of some sort of pyrethroid and our iron manganese and a new EMD product that I think they're going to call AMP. And we're following that same thing up 2 weeks later. And by doing this across our entire farm, we're able to achieve over 100 bushels. We took a 40-acre field, and half with, half about this, there was 39 bushel difference. Big beans, I love big bean seed. Every time I grew 6 to 8 ton green beans, I look back at my seed size would be 700 to 900 seeds per pound. Every time we raised 4 ton, it's about 12 or 1300. So I got thinking, I wonder if there's any coalition here. Well, this also holds true in soybeans. That's a dime. Those soybeans are about 12% moisture. That's just some of our residue coming out back of the combine. It's literally about this deep. We do the same thing with that as we do our corn. Sugar and the nitrogen dissipate these stalks. I borrowed this picture from Ray Rawson. And I don't know why we jumped clear there, but anyways. You know what I found is if I'll start down one road or one path, and just go building on that versus trying to go down 5 or 6 different paths at a time. You know, I have a lot more success than I do this hopping, jumping around. You imagine trying to go through that stoplight. It's kind of what you're doing when you're trying to go down 14 different paths. A few of the things I do on my farm is we water more frequently. I watch my neighbors. What they do is they wait till their soybeans are ready to croak, and they dump an inch on them. And then, you know, heaven forbid you want to get off that program. You wait till they're ready to croak again, then you dump another inch on them. All they're doing is stressing those plants. The county average where I live on soybeans is 35 bushels. We apply headline on every acre, corn and soybeans. Remember, I live in southwest Missouri, the disease breeding factory. We're hot, humid, and it rains a lot. So, you know, something you just might try. I wouldn't go doing a blanket operation, but I'd see if it's going to work for you. If you let your weeds get 2 inches tall, 10% of your yield potential just went out the window, non-recoverable. It's never coming back. If you're curious how you take care of weeds out of a leafy vegetable crop, it's called a bunch of workers and hoes. It gets you about 500 acres of those, and you have to have about 150 migrant workers. And they can do a lot of bird watching in a day. Do on-farm plant population studies, see where you need to go. You know, basically we've had 2 major yield events in corn. One was when we invented hybrids. 2 was when we invented the BTs. The third big explosion in yield is going to come through population, because they're selecting these genetics today out of 32 to 36,000 final stand. You know, basically what they're trying to select for is a 16 by 40, and they want to push that on up here in the 50s. I was in Chile 3 years ago, and I was looking at corn down there at final stands of 56,000, and they all had 3 years. Now these was hybrids that was probably 10 years before they'd ever be released. Everybody can do this. This is pretty easy. Just put your pickup in the car, walk out in the field, see what's happening. You know, don't be finding this stuff in the combine, because next year you're going to have the same problem, because you're going to figure out what happened the year before. I plant maximum Herculex on every acre. We do have some root worms on some of our corn on farm where we've been 7 to 8 years. So I try to maximize that. These are just another variety trial. Those are all from 114 days to 132 day hybrids there. Anybody grow 132 days up there? I get about 52 to 5,500 GDUs a year. You know, see, you guys are going to hear me talk different times. This is my new example. Michelle, my wife, I've decided she's got an addiction. She's addicted to Diet Vanilla Coke from Sonic. And every day she's got to go there to get a Diet Vanilla Coke from Sonic at Route 44. And the other day I was home, it was raining, and I was working on a computer, and I guess she didn't think I had anything else to do. She said, why don't you go to Sonic and get me a Route 44? I just kind of gritted my teeth because I felt good. I just thought, what I do, I go to Sonic and get a Route 44. Now, you know, if I wouldn't have felt good, I'd probably found 5 reasons why I didn't want to go to Sonic and get her Route 44. But seeing how I felt good, I went to Sonic to get this. You know why? Because I didn't want to listen to her gripe at me. All you guys can relate to that, can't you? Anyways, point being is playing the same way. If it feels good, it don't mind going to Sonic. But if it don't feel good, it just sends his wife gripe at it. But you know, keep in mind, I do have a southern accent. I don't guess you Jens has all figured that out yet, but I do. This is my family. This is Noah. He's the tall one. He's now 11. Basically, Michelle's ruining him. He takes piano lessons, voice lessons, goes to private school, don't want anything to do with the farm. So I decided that, you know, this wasn't working out too good. I need to come up with plan B. So Naaman here is plan B, and he's in extensive training. So I thought, the day he turned 2 years old, Michelle went and enrolled him in school. It took 3 months, and he learned all his colors. You'll never guess what that boy started doing when he was 2 years old and 3 months. Started taking piano lessons, playing by colors. 3 months later, he learned all his alphabet, so he started playing the letters. 3 months after that, he could just read music. So, you know, I got thinking again, all right, I need to come up plan C, but this time I'm going to trick her. You know, just sometimes you got to outthink your wife. So back I'm missing the rest of the picture. Anyways, so in April we had Narissa, and you know what the best part about Narissa is? Michelle's going to have no control over the son-in-law. So, if you guys got some questions, and I know it's been a long day, and good thing is there's not a bunch of wives here kicking your husbands in the shins thinking, don't ask no questions, we're ready to go home. But if you guys got some questions, we'll try to answer a few here for how long have I got? Whatever. Uh-oh, there's a lot of hands going up.
When you arriving at a soybean population, what have you found as you run the gamut of that?
That's a very good question, because when we made 139 bushels, we had a final stand of 337,000. Did that work? No. But we made 139 bushels. But, so the following year, we cut it back. When we made 154, we had a final stand of about 210. And we do a wide range from 100 to 450. And I think it's so environmentally driven, depends on the year, that this year all of our real high plant population was just a teetotal disaster. White mold just wiped them out. So I don't have that answer for sure, but I can tell you what I do on my normal production acres. If we're not no-tilling in fescue sod, most of our soybeans are all double crop soybeans. So they're either grown behind green beans or wheat. We don't grow much wheat, but that's where the majority of our soybeans are, is double crop. And if we're just going out there and no-tilling behind those two things,